Hi. Today I'm super happy and excited to meet one of my friends, and she's super talented. She have very, very beautiful, unique way in doing her work, Mandy. And hi, Mandy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks for having me.
Of course, I wanted actually to share with you since we met in the art walk, the first one,
Right.
about this kind of interviews we're trying to do. And actually, I believe everything is happening in the right time for the right reason. So here we are.
It's very exciting. I'm so happy to be here today.
Thank you. And I actually didn't have the chance to speak with you about your art, especially the new way that you are doing now. But because we are sharing with everyone, I will ask a lot of questions, and you please feel free to tell us more. So I want to go from the early beginning. What make you study art, or how did you start doing art?
So I was actually really lucky. Right out of high school, I got a job working at a craft store, flower shop. And the lady there, it was Leslie's Country Crafts and Flowers. That was in northern Alberta. And the lady there actually taught Bob Ross paintings, and we did toll painting and flower arrangement. So that kind of actually sparked my creative, I guess, energy and wanting to get creative more and more, and started a passion. I'll forever be grateful to her for getting that started for me. Before that, I always used to draw as a kid, of course, and paint. I always found it very therapeutic. So what happened is I ended up having my son. And as you know, when you have kids, you kind of get your life becomes about your kids, as it's supposed to be. So whenever my son turned about probably 10, 11, 12 years old, and he started to become more independent, I was actually in that need again of getting into my own creativity. So I just started painting.
Mhm.
Um, and that's basically how it went. I've taken various classes and workshops from different artists around town. So I've learned a lot from the artists in our community. They're all super supportive and very talented. So they all have something to teach us. And then it just kind of grew from there.
Yeah, this is actually amazing how life is just leading each one of us to know that this is the way, this is what we need to do, this is what you actually really want to do. And I want
Mhm.
to speak with you more about Cornwall, because actually we started, it's not only an interview in general, it's about make it in Cornwall, right?
For
What
sure.
happened to make the start in Cornwall become so special, and how this lovely community that supported you and welcomed me, how this the steps of welcoming starting and how you're going on, and especially because we're all here connected together in Cornwall.
Oh, for sure. And the art community is just a wonderful thing to have in Cornwall. I'm very grateful for them. I've met a lot of great friends and great people, and they've really encouraged and fed me to continue to grow. So it's actually, I call it fate. I ended up moving to an apartment downtown. It would be probably 4 years ago now. And at the same time that I was moving downtown, Tracy Davies was opening up Kaluan Gallery, which was right across the street from my apartment. So whenever I heard about her first show, I very nervously decided to put something in, and it got accepted. And from there, I just grew. Kalu Gallery and Tracy were actually really fantastic to me and getting started and very encouraging. So was Sandra. She definitely helped me out and pushed me further and taught me, I guess, helped teach me what kind of artist I am or what I wanted to say in my art. She helped me figure that out for myself. And then it just grew from there. I also, Christine Picken was also a great supporter. She was my first introduction into the art community. At the Garlic Festival years ago, we did this thing called Art in Motion, and Christine invited me in. That was my very first, I guess, moment in the art scene, kind of a thing. Yeah.
Hmm. And then you are always now doing more of you and your art. And I saw you in the art walk. I know you now, you're in the studio in 125 Pit Studio. I saw your lovely work, and I noticed you're changing kind of the journey of doing art. It was first about, I think, the beauty around us, right? The
Mhm.
general beauty, the universe beauty. And then now you're kind of in between this and feminine figures, right? You're doing
That's
more
right.
of females, and this is what took my heart in the artwork, right? You have very very special way with mixed media. Can you tell us more about this two ways of discovering your art?
Yeah, for sure. So about the women, the paintings there, I really have a passion for women's stories, and I think we're all connected within our stories. We all have very similar stories as women. So my paintings are just trying to share those stories. And then recently, I've been getting some commissions to do specific figures, but more connecting with the woman herself. So kind of like painting her goddess or painting a dream character for her, stuff like that. So that's been a really fun journey, and that's kind of where I am now with it.
And this is lovely. I really get so close to it. But you don't only do this, right? You do this accessories, and you have earring. What is more and more? And you do workshops with kids. So tell us more about your activities and all these art channels you're doing.
So definitely art is the biggest part of my life now. My son's grown, so I kind of just dived right into it. I just think it's more about creativity. I love being creative. I love painting, but I love, like you said, doing jewelry, doing different things. I love pushing my own boundaries and constantly learning. So I think that's where um, I kind of tend to go from jewelry to painting to, kind of back and forth because I need a constant outlet and constant learning in that. I'm also doing children's classes through Whimsical Memories. We've been doing those for 3 years, and that is phenomenal. Working with kids is such a great way to understand that as people, we are natural artists. It's such a natural thing for kids to create. They don't have that part where it has to be perfect in everyone's eyes, right? They just love creating and love doing, and they actually surprise me all the time. Um, so my goal with the kids classes is actually to teach them different skills, very beginner skills, but different skills and different art forms that they can take with them into adolescence and take with them into adulthood. So they know that it's a part of them instead of just something that they did once, if they choose to.
That's amazing. Well said. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for and the intention of teaching and sharing your talent with everyone. This is as well amazing. Thank you. And I want to take this and talk with you more about. Do you think the art is a healing kind of process that it's open for everyone and everybody can try it? And I'm so thankful that you came to the Art Hive as well as an artist to be with us, because I think this kind of connection that as artists doing together, like as a healer, you need to attend healing sessions, and as well as an artist, you need to attend art exhibitions, and to be in the art scene to feed your soul. Do you think we all have to go more in this kind of let's say art activities in different levels, as what's happening, and all these fears with the corona and everything? What is your point of view for this kind of doing art and healing in this really hard time?
I think for anyone who has any kind of creative spark within them. So even if it's been buried for years and years and years, art is a great way to express yourself, but also to figure out what you're feeling. Because sometimes we don't know, and we won't know until we start the project or till we get right into it. Sandra once told me, she's like, if you look at the colors you're choosing to paint with, you can kind of see where you were at that time. So it's really cool to look back now, and you can kind of see the different processes that I was going through, different stages of life, different things like that, just by the colors that I chose or the feeling behind the artwork itself. So I definitely think art can be healing for anyone. and art doesn't have to be just painting. Art can be absolutely anything, or just drawing, or it doesn't have to be visual arts. My son loves to play guitar, and as we know, music is definitely its own art form and its own healing form. A lot of people find solace in music, in songwriting, or just playing the music. I think anyone who has a creative spark could definitely benefit from the healing powers of their own creativity. I think it's
Yeah.
one of the most natural things is creativity, as like we see in children, right? It's just such a natural, normal thing for them. And it's still a natural, normal thing for us as adults. We just need to allow ourselves to let go that it has to be something perfect, or, just let ourselves create.
Totally. Yes, I totally agree. And me, myself, I can't stop. I'm in this circle for years now. And I think when people will try to taste the power, amazing feeling of being a little bit connected or healed through doing art, which is easy and you can do with any kind of material around you, it makes you feel super grateful. And I hope that we can't stop. Like we keep going, supporting each other and doing more art. And I want to know from you, because I think this energy, as I said, should keep going. What is your future projects to keep going, doing art and make the balance, between all the other projects and your work and your life? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to continue to grow. I'm hoping to be able to, I'm supposed to be taking some one-on-one lessons with Pierre Giroux. So I'm hoping to be able to start that and kind of really fine tune my own skills and my own artwork. Um, and I think I just want to continue to grow. It's now just such a part of my life that I'm kind of letting it become its own entity, I guess, and just following it wherever it may go. I don't really have a set expectation of where it's headed. I'm going to continue what I'm doing and see where it leads me. Because as of right now, art has definitely led me to community, to a love of our city like I've never had before. To healing, to self-expression. It's led me everywhere, and I'm just excited to see where it'll continue to lead.
Amazing. So you're not really actually stressing yourself about reaching a goal or you're just opening. And I think this is part of doing art, right? It's just to
Mm.
accept the idea that this painting could change, or I can just do something different now. And from here, this idea of the creativity is going to grow.
Oh, for sure. So, I have a couple friends that I always send pictures to of my art process. So, as I'm starting, and one of the biggest things I always tell them is you need to trust the process, because especially with the women, where she starts today, she might look completely different at the end, right? It's kind of like an evolution. That's kind of how I see it. And as women, we can definitely understand the evolution of self, you know?
I can't agree more. Yes, of course. It's like a flower and we open, and I think we're all connected in this. And I think to raise each other and to see each other, how can we help each other to feel more relaxed and more accepted at doing what we would love to try, or even to be together, to maybe it will work, and it doesn't matter if it's not, because there is no thing like right or wrong in doing art, just how you feel that you are happy doing it.
That's right. Exactly. So I know, like, getting older, I've really learned that it's the process. It's the journey that makes it what it is. It's not the finished product, It's always the journey to get there. And I feel like art definitely is a good way to understand that, to stop and just enjoy the journey that you're on.
So yes, 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 yes. And I want to ask you, like, let's think together. What do you think we can do as a group of artists who believe in the journey, the process of doing art, to like increase the art activities in our beautiful Cornwall? What can we do to make it, as a society, grow more and be for kids, for seniors, for beginners? What can we do? As I'm not sure. I'm trying my best, but I think from maybe we need to work as a team. We need to grow more to to make the movement growing. And of course, with this COVID around us, maybe it's a challenge. But do you have any idea or feelings about how can we go more as a group?
I think it's just a matter of making the connections within the art community, and making the connections within people of the city. And I think just keep spreading the word. So the more we spread word of what each other are doing, the more people will become aware of it. People will be able to take part. And it's almost like it can become very contagious, like that spark, that enthusiasm, the feeling inspired. There is no better feeling in life than feeling inspired. So if we can um, allow ourselves to show how inspired we are, and how inspired different people of the community are and the different things they are doing, I think we'll be able to keep it growing and keep the art scene growing within Cornwall. I think there's definitely a hunger for it. There's definitely a want and a need. It's just a matter of getting word out there and keeping our energy as high as we can, and keep sharing and keep creating. I think that'll definitely help get the community going. I know what you're doing is fantastic because it's definitely bringing in different people from the community. It's allowing access for art for everyone.
Thank
Like,
you.
you're welcome. I think it's beautiful what you're doing. And I think, just again, the more you do it, the more we share it, the more people see it, the more people are going to want to take part in it. And we are all restricted right now because of COVID. But that's not going to be forever, right? So I feel like what we're doing right now is we're building a proper foundation, so that whenever COVID is done, we'll be able to hit the ground running, and people will already be aware of all these things happening, and they'll already have the spark of art and creativity within them. So they're going to want to run with it.
Yeah, I think we, as you said, we just keep going and support each other, being there and spread the word. And then maybe when we are like fully ready, we will grow more and do more. And I really appreciate that you are actually doing as well your classes. You're sharing everyone else art and being there for my archive. Thank you so much. It's our archive, and I'm super happy that I met you in the art walk. It was also a great event to make us all see each other and get out of the studios and be together. And I wanted to just not to bother you with more questions. I wanted just the last question, and of course, up to you to share more. I wanted to know if you think that we can actually go more in the street, and now it's getting cold. Do you think we can just move ahead and go to the mall or indoor place and work together in a kind of an open event again, so we don't lose this connection? Because I would love to see you, I would love to see Pierre, of course. So how can we like get out of our places, our studios, and meet? Do you think we can do
Yeah.
something like this out of course you're brainstorming with you now, the talk about meeting each other and being together?
Yeah. I know, like, as far as Art Walk goes, we're already starting the planning process for next year. So we're assuming that we're going to be able to move ahead next year. So we're starting that. Um, I think it's just making the connections. Maybe at this time, it's more just giving a fellow artist a call, or messaging them and saying, hey, I really want to get together. I know me and Brett, we get together every Tuesday evening, and we create together. So we sit there and we visit, and she does her macrame, and I do whatever I'm working on at that point. So I think it's just a matter of connecting just with each other. I don't know, because of the limitations of COVID, if it's something we can do on a larger scale at this time, right? It has like limited within how many people you can have. But definitely it's something, like, I know at the studio, I go every Friday night at the studio and Saturday afternoon after my classes. So I would be more than happy to have, people say, hey, I want to come create at that time too. Let's create together. It would be fantastic. I think it is important for us to get out and create together, because we all tend to, I know myself as an artist, I tend to um, create on my own, right? Like, it's kind of one of those things, you just kind of close the door and you're in your own head and in your own
Yeah.
space. But whenever you have somebody else there and their creative energy, it can change things up for you. It kind of opens up your world, and the energy is fantastic. So I think it's just a matter of making the connections for now, and then as soon as COVID passes, or as soon as we can open up a little bit more, I think definitely it's something we can, do more of a regular getting together on a like
Yeah.
larger scale, and
For
doing more
now,
art shows.
in the 125 Pet Street studio, we have the art hype, right, which is once a month for now, and
Mhm.
everybody's welcome. You don't need to be a professional artist or anything. You just can come with the kids, and we keep the safe distance, and we just work together. I have the honor that you actually came once, and it was really nice. Thank you so much for being with me at that time. And I would love if you please, continue and share the word and let people come more and more. And we have Jennifer that she actually welcoming each one to put their own art activities, project, handmade or paintings or anything in her own place. Each 3 weeks, everyone can just use the place, right? And
Yeah.
as well, we're working with Tilly's, with Carol,
Yeah.
to open the place because it's getting cold. So she's gonna give us the places, for music. Your son can come and please, he's welcome to play some music in the place. We're welcome to do some art workshops in the place as well. And she's giving the place for free. So the
Very nice.
community is getting together to create this circle of helping each other and feed this hunger of connection in a safe way, right? So
Right.
through talking with you, I want to spread the word and tell people about what we're doing, what's happening. And I of course, with the support of you and other artists, I wish all this kind of projects will grow more and more, and we shine all together. And I don't actually have more questions with you. I'm happy talking with you. Do you
Yes.
want to? I would love to come and create with you soon.
I hope you do. I can't wait to get that call.
Very soon, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me, Yafa. This has been wonderful.
I'm super, super happy that you actually finally we managed to meet and get the right time and to make this interview. And if I just have a curiosity to know, did you, when you're young, did you thought about studying art when you're young, or it was not like, ah, no, art is just a hobby and I don't want to study?
When I was young, I wanted to do interior design and decorating, so in its own art form. I never thought of going for art as it's like to study like fine arts. I didn't think of that when I was younger. I sure wish I would have thought of it though. That would have been a good path to go on. Yeah.
But you see, out of exactly what you said, you didn't study art and you're doing great. I think sometimes that studying, of course, it's helpful, but sometimes it makes us a little bit, in the box of the study. You are very creative, very talented, and you're doing your own way. And this is why it's super special and super unique. Because if we study, we will be all, in the. I was studying art, and I didn't really. I was not a good student. No, I think freedom in art is what makes art very, very special, and getting your own way.
Learning your own way. Yeah. I always said that's how I learned. I paint the way I do because I don't know how to paint. That's kind of because I just had to figure out how to get what I like, the effects that I wanted without knowing all the skills to get there. So it definitely led me on the path to find my own art style. Definitely.
Your style is amazing. I would love to learn from you. I love everything you do, the colors, the shapes, the way how it's so strong and sometimes it's really deep. It's how it's so one figure and suddenly it's something really amazing. I really admire your work, and when I have been there in the studio, it took my heart immediately, and I feel your energy around the place. It's amazing, very strong. I can't say there is a professional art, and if there is a good professional art, your art is so professional, super amazing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
So I say it's from my heart. It's super true. This is amazing. I love that you're putting your hand as well in the city. We can see your work around. The kids are taking from this energy and you're sharing with everyone. And I still want to come and create with you. But till we meet again, thank you so much for being here today with us. And yes, I will be always happy to see you in any other events I'm doing.
Thank you so much, Yafa. Have a great day.
You too, dear. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.